to Med. In today's video, I am going to have my husband. You guys should remember him from the husband tag that we did a couple months ago. We're just going to talk about how we are no longer long distance at the moment and how we've been adjusting to living together and how he's been adjusting to, living in a new place, in a new state. So we're going to jump right into that.
Wed to Med. What's good? I'm back. Evan, once again, thank you for inviting me to join the... Oh, man.
Him and Julius act like this is their channel sometimes, so
yeah,
you're back on here for this video. And he'll probably be on more since we're actually living together, which is what today's video is about.
Yeah. You want to kick it off? How's living with me now?
It's not as bad as you think it is when you are thinking about the adjustments that have to be made. It's been great. I enjoy having him here and not having to be on FaceTime 24/7, and everything has been great.
What am I thinking about?
Sure.
Alright, so I just thought about how back in the day they didn't have FaceTime, and all they had was long distance phone calls that you had to pay, 50 cents for a minute. Like, that's just crazy, but thank God for having the luxury of FaceTime.
Oh yeah, I appreciated it when we were apart, but now that we don't have to do that.
Yeah. So
nice.
So these adjustments you speak of. what adjustments did you have to make?
Before you came, I was thinking, okay, am I still gonna have time to study? Is he gonna want to do this, or am I gonna want to spend our weekends doing stuff? Because when you're in long distance marriages, at least for us, when I would go visit him or vice versa, like during our breaks and stuff, we would spend that time doing different activities. It would be like a break from me to study. It would be a break from him for work. So we would spend that time doing things.
Yeah, it's a celebration when we get together.
So with that in mind, I was thinking, okay, is that going to be like that all the time now that he's here?
No,
or
we can't
like
afford that. We broke.
Shut up.
Shoot.
Or how is it going to be? I didn't know. So but the good thing is that nothing has really changed in my routine. I still get the time, the long hours to study. He goes to work. I study and go to class. He comes home. We have dinner together.
Yeah.
So nothing's
study
really
some more and call it a night.
Yeah, nothing has really changed in my routine, and that's another thing. It helps to have an actual routine to when two people come together, so that you can get the things that you want done.
I'm trying to think, how has my routine been modified since living here? I think the only thing, I get up way earlier now. This traffic is real. This traffic is real. I used to get up at 5:45, 5:30 in Florida. Now I'm getting up at 3:45.
Yeah, me too.
But the good part, it's good, bad, and everything, right? So I work out before work now, so that's good. So what else I do?
You have me get up with you.
Yeah, I'm having you getting up with me. 3:45, she's up with me. She'll, make me a lunch, which is nice. I'll get ready, and she'll see me out the door. Go get her a couple more Z's, and wake up
And start my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not as bad as it may sound. You thinking, okay, she's getting up at 3:45 to fix lunch, like who does that? But I think that it helps in making his adjustment easier. I would want someone to, do something for me to make my transition to a different state easier and my transition to work easier. So if, I feel like if the roles were reversed, that hopefully you would do the same.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would.
Cool. So how's Virginia?
It's cold, but I'm still, out here on these links. You feel me? Send it. Nah, it's cold though. We just had a pretty rainy week, so used to the rain. It rains in Florida like crazy, but it's pretty cold. What else about Virginia that we're looking forward to?
Looking forward to exploring like the mountainous areas. It'll be nice to check out the mountains here.
Yeah, skiing in the Appalachians. Wouldn't that be cool? Or snowboarding, whichever one.
Yeah.
The Outer Banks.
Yeah,
North
Outer Banks, North Carolina. We've been hearing a lot about that.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice to check out while we're here.
New York, New York.
Yeah, anywhere up north. New York, Philly. We've been to DC, which was really nice. So I think those places will be pretty fun. So maybe we'll document or give you guys a vlog of what places we end up going to, or you guys can leave some suggestions in the comment box below on what places we should travel to or check out while we're here.
Yes.
In the Virginia area.
Include a good restaurant too, because we like to eat. So, yeah.
Oh, and another thing that I like about Virginia is the seasons. Even though I'm not a fan of the cold, it is nice to actually live and see all 4 seasons. We get to actually see the leaves change colors, and that's been pretty cool. And then when the snow falls and you're inside, it looks nice, but it doesn't. It's not nice to drive in or be in. But it's different. But it's definitely nice to experience. This is not like our final destination, so.
Nah, yeah, exactly.
It's nice to enjoy it while we're here.
Exactly. Enjoy it while you're here.
Food has changed.
Let's talk about that. How's your diet changed?
I was by myself. I didn't cook dinner every day. I would meal prep and eat like the same thing for like 3 or 4 days. But here, with him here, we have dinner every other day, if not every day. Which has been different. It has been bad. It's just something that has changed from what I used to do.
I eat at home more, which is good. As far as my diet goes, I mean, she tries to restrict how much I eat out, but we still get it in. I can always hit it with her weak spot is Chick-fil-A. So anytime I mention Chick-fil-A, she's like, that.
Yeah.
But no, she enjoys experimenting in the kitchen, and I tell her, it's not too much I don't eat, so let's go, let's try it.
Yeah, it's definitely trial and error, but it's fun to try out different things and have him, try it out. That way we can see if it's a keeper or not.
Let's talk about another great thing of living together is being able to hold each other accountable.
Yeah, accountability is definitely a perk. It's something that we did when we were long distance, but it's different when you have the person right there seeing if you did what you said you were going to do, asking if you did something. It's definitely better and easier to...
Yeah, especially on those days that you wake up and you're not in the mood. I'm sure there's been plenty of days where, she wakes up and, she don't want to go to the gym on Saturday, but here I am.
I'm at the gym every Saturday and Sunday, but, it hasn't been bad.
No, yeah, and same for me, I can't talk all that junk about, let's get in, let's do this, let's do that. Well, now I'm here and we gotta actually do some of that stuff now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he isn't my only accountability partner. Lex is also mine, definitely for MCAT studying. We keep each other accountable, saying, hey, we said we're going to study Chem Phys today or do this today. And if we know that one of us is not at the library or still in bed scrolling on our phone, we know, hey, you need to get off that phone and do what you said you were going to do. We got to, get this done so that we can graduate and be doctors.
Yeah.
So yeah, your accountability partner isn't only your spouse or your friend. It definitely starts with you. You have to keep yourself accountable, but it is easier when you have someone to keep you on track with what you said you were going to do.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely advocating for more accountability partners, the better, I got a fellow shipmate from Alaska, man, who hit me up about something I said I was going to do. I told him I was going to take the practice GRE at the end of the month. And he hit me up at the end of the month, hey, you said you was going to do this. You're right. Let me go ahead and get this done.
So another thing that goes along with accountability is extreme ownership.
Oh, yeah, for sure. When you think about accountability. You think about maintaining a standard. You think about being responsible, being liable, being answerable. All that falls under another, I guess, this thing called extreme ownership. So TED Talks.
An actual book.
Yeah, there's a book called Extreme Ownership about some SEAL and how they operate. Definitely recommend listening to the TED Talk, reading the book, or even listening to the audiobook. But the idea of extreme ownership is essential for growth and improvement. So
for yourself, for your partner, for your relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whenever, and the idea of extreme ownership is simply just what it says is taking as much responsibility for a situation as you can. A lot of times we get into situations and, we can make a legitimate argument that,
It's someone else's fault.
yeah, it's not my fault,
Yeah.
But that's,
Yeah, it's something that is easy to definitely do. It's easy to blame things on other people.
Yeah, but that's a very poor mindset, a poor perspective to not take, ownership of where you're at in life or in different situations. So it helps as far as miscommunication, misunderstandings go. If I'm repeating myself over and over again to her, I must be doing something wrong because I shouldn't have to repeat myself, right? Well, to a certain extent. Of course, there's reminders and all that. I need reminders, but, I have to say it how she comprehends it. Then, maybe I won't have to repeat myself over and over again. So, but she's a good listener. I don't really have to deal with that. But, which is another thing about Virginia. I miss my brothers, my
And his
mom.
family.
Yeah, homesick. But
yeah, it's different than being, a couple hours away, and now we're miles and states and hours away. It's not as convenient as, taking a trip on the weekend to go home. So.
Yeah, go home on the weekend. That's for sure. But yeah, that's Virginia for us in a nutshell. So,
Virginia is for lovers, they say.
That's what they say. That's why we're here. Here we are. But yeah, if y'all have any questions.
Oh, look at you, sign us off.
I know. If y'all have any questions, please leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe, and any feedback is good feedback. We'll take it too. If y'all have any advice for some newlyweds 2 years in,
We'll definitely take it.
For sure. Peace, love, and happiness.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.